returning comic to the Harlem Comedy Showcase. You will see that occur from time to time going forward. But before we go to the next comic, I need to try this again. I'm going to sign our young ladies from the Bronx to the side again, just temporarily. Before we bring up the next comic, I wanted to start over here on the right side.
Harlem Showcase! Harlem Showcase! Harlem Showcase!
All right, excellent. Now, it is time for our second comic of the evening. He has his own comedy show, which is, the title's too long for me to have it memorized, but he has his own comedy show, which is the unalternative Overground Comedy Showcase. And he is known in many quarters as the Brokeback Mountain Comic. I want you to give it up for Calvin Roy.
Give it up to my brother from another mother over there, Mr. Gregg. For daring to put a redneck on stage. I know Harlem's not expecting to see a guy in a cowboy hat like, what the hell? That's one of them damn teabaggers. Get him! No, you're safe, you're safe. I am a redneck, I'll be honest with you. I conformed about 90% of every redneck stereotype you can imagine, except for, number one, I'm not a racist. Two, I have all my teeth. And number three, I ain't never slept with anybody in my family ever, because they're ugly. That takes a lot of tequila. I don't know, some they got kids too. I'm like, how the hell did you manage that? But I moved up here because I wanted to experience, big city living. I wanted to see tall buildings. I wanted to see subways, and I wanted to see homeless people. I got a lot of homeless people. Y'all can share some of those, I guess. I don't know. But I know you're wondering, how the hell did you get the name Brokeback Mountain in New York comedy? Would y'all like to know that little story? I got that from my comedian friends because I don't know where the hell they is in New York. I stay lost, I stay confused. So my friends were asking me, hey Cal, what do you like to do back in Texas that you could probably do up here? I'm like, well, I like to go fishing. I like going to comedy shows. I'm like, oh yeah, I like to go to outdoor cooking festivals. I'm like, what? Yeah, because we love to eat down south. I don't know if you know that or not, or you can judge, but we got hamburger festivals and barbecue festivals and sausage festivals and watermelon festivals. If you can fry it, if you can cook it, stew it, we got a festival named after it. They said, oh, you like sausage festivals, right? I'm like, yeah. Like, they got a sausage festival here in the city. You need to go check it out. I'm like, got all excited too. I'm like, where is it at? My friends are like, it's in Chelsea. So I go down to Chelsea thinking I'm going to assist in the sausage festival. I went dressed for the occasion. I had on my boots, had on some shorts, had on a tank top, a cowboy hat, and I had an apron that said, kiss the cook. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to tell you what, those boys down there, they can read and follow directions like no other. And they love to share, too. Everyone wanted to share some sausage with me, and I'm like, I'm on a diet. I just converted, I'm Jewish. I'm sure there are some starving, sausage-loving kids in India that you could ship that off to. Thanks with no thanks. And that and another story, and I'll share that before I end, is how I became that. And you gotta accept that. You gotta own it. You gotta deal with it. I enjoy when my friends and family come and visit me. I become a temporary tour guide for the city of Manhattan and different outer boroughs, and have some people come visit me, and they look at me and they're like, man, Cal, you can't dress like that. You in New York City. You can't walk around in a cowboy hat and boots. You look absolutely ridiculous. I said, you think I look ridiculous? And on the tour, I was taken by Williamsburg. I'm like, that's ridiculous, right there. And someone was asked the other day about, y'all know what hipsters are? I don't want to do this joke, because you might know what a hipster is. A hipster is someone who's very ironic, and they wear skinny pants. And I can't be a hipster because I'm fat, okay? And I can't get in skinny jeans when I'm ironic because I'm a Yankees fan. They're going to go back to the World Series, right? It's here for the Yankees. I think this is pretty darn ironic, a cowboy hat and a Yankees jersey here in Harlem. What do you think? I got them beat, don't I? I'm going to go to Williamsburg and tell you, you can kiss my redneck. Exactly. But like I said, I enjoy being a temporary tour guide for folks when they come to visit me. I had a group of them come from Texas, and I'm giving the tour. They're like, hey, man, you need to take us someplace that's off the beaten path. Take us someplace that show us the real New York, you know. We're tired of the Times Square, and we're tired of the all the other fake stuff. We want to see where the tourists go. We want to go someplace that New Yorkers go. And we want to go someplace that is not in Texas. So I said, all right, we can do that. So I took them to Christopher Street. Like I said, Brokeback Mountain Comedy, folks. And the bar I took them to, and y'all need to go too. It's awesome. It's called Boots and Saddles. It's on 7th Avenue and Christopher Street. And I went dressed appropriately for this place. I'm in there, and my friends are like having a cultural faux pas. They're like, what do we do? And they're like hugged up against the wall, thinking they're going to someone. I'm like, man, ain't no one going to get you. You're safe. You're safe with me. These are my peeps. You don't believe that, do you? That's okay, though. It's okay. And I order a margarita, and the bartender, he hands me a margarita, and I hand him my credit card. He goes, oh, no need for that, sir. The gentleman at the end of the bar has bought your drink for you. And I'm like, oh, dear God. I look down, and there's this guy, he's like smiling at me. I'm like, oh, man, I'm going to have to go break this boy's heart because I don't swing that way. Even when I get really drunk, I don't swing that way. And I was like, I got to let this guy know I got standards, morals, and ethics. And I come from a good Christian home. And I asked the bartender, how much for the margarita? He's like, $15. I'm like, hey. I hope you enjoy your night. Get home. Take care. Working the same day back on the stage.
All right, give it up for the Brokeback Mountain comic of New York, Calvin Roy. We are going to keep it moving. I want to bring to the stage